everybody, my name is Raina Israel and this is my first video about my locks. I am 7 months in. I started my lock journey September 9th, 2021, and I had other videos. However, this will be the first one I was able to put up. And so just to get started, I just wanted to talk about how I started my locks. I started with two strand twists, and I wore twists a lot in my head. And I wanted locks for quite some time, so I just thought I'll just do the mini twists and leave them in and start my lock journey, especially from some videos that I had already watched. I had inspiration from Takira Ann. Um, a hair crush was just Andrea. You'll see me looking down at my notes because she had curly locks, and I guess she combed them out. Um, Kiki J for her texture and her thickness. Tanisha Ali for info and length. So those were my reasons for going ahead and just jumping in and doing my own DIY micro locks. Um, so it took me 4 days to complete. I started on the 9th, so that means I ended on 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. Um, I stretched my hair with bands. I washed it and I blowed it out, and I stretched it with bands. I had pictures of that. Too bad I had another phone, so I can't show. I'm sorry. Um, I combined about 3 of my locks, and I started with the 4-point rotation. It became easier for me to do the 2-point rotation. The plan was to actually do the middle part where we know that the hair is thickest for most people. Like myself, I was going to do the 4-point rotation in the middle section to keep them tighter, because now that area with doing the 2-point rotation all over is thick and it's bigger than the rest. So like I have smaller locks on the sides, and then they're much thicker in the middle, right? I had issues with itchy scalp. With that, I used Suave shampoo. I oiled my scalp that Sunday, went ahead and interlocked because I just did the twist. I didn't do twist and interlock in the same day. I did my twist. I came back maybe a week later and oiled it and interlocked. I used 99% vitamin E oil and argan black castor oil. For length, when I started out, I had about the front right and left side was at 13 inches. So that's all up here was at 13 inches, right? And try not to look so crazy here. And then the top middle where I showed you, these were the longest. This was my longest hair, still is the longest part of my hair. My hair really flourishes in this section, right? And the back nape of my neck was about 12 inches. The back, I put hook because that's where the hook of my head is, was about 13 inches. And the back middle, where I showed you, was about 14 inches as well. So the plan, like I said, was to do 2 points instead of 4-point rotation in the midsection of my hair, to keep the thickness down and have a full head of around the same size. I had issues with frizziness, so I started washing my hair less. Now, with people who are working out like myself, I do not recommend, if you're having issues with smelly scalp or something like that, and you're smelling your hair after you're working out, go ahead and wash your hair. I did less washing because I had a lot of slippage. With that slippage, what I did was went ahead, a lot of my locks, I braided and I tied a knot at the end. This definitely helped me. I'm only telling you about my lock journey, and what I did. Um, if you hear some music, I'm sorry, that's my husband in the background. And my hair never has looked fresh with a retie until I started doing the 2 point rotation. My hair is wiry and it does what it wants to do. So if you look, if I can get in here, you see my hair is very wispy or wiry. It does what it wants to do. It does not grow inside of the lock. You don't even see my parts. You know, I have to literally go in and show you my parts. You probably can't even see anything there because my hair does not grow into my lock, right? So let's see what else. Yeah, so I braided the end of a lot of my hair and added knots at the end to stop that slippage. I recently retied my hair. Let me not say recently because now we're close to the end of April where I'm ready for another retie. So as you can see, I'm getting further and further past the date I actually did my hair on, which was the 9th. So when it comes to 4 to 6 weeks, as I get further in my lock journey, I'm able to wait longer before my next retie. And I'm loving that because my hair is still looking good or the way that I want it to look before my next retie. And then the last retie was on the 23rd and 24th of March, right? And I washed and conditioned my hair. I braided it. I have been braiding my hair after washing it. I do not braid and bend my hair anymore after my 5th month. So after my 5 months, whatever bunching, budding that I'm getting, I'm fine with it. Because I've noticed that people who get bunching and budding is basically the end of it bunching up. So it's ready to lock. And bunching, let's see, like this, it evens out over time. So I'm not going to worry about it, right? April 2nd, I clipped off ends. So a lot of the